Hey everyone, it's your favorite internet roommate, and as I was writing the script, it was raining outside, I was listening to the Dark Souls 1 character creation theme, and it kind of like dawned on me that I am writing a script for a channel that right now has over 60,000 subscribers, which alone is insane, but the fact that so many of you are some of the coolest, chillest people I could ever ask to be watching my stuff, I'm forever grateful to that. And I want to give some perspective by reading you something that I wrote in my notepad right after I finished beating Dark Souls 1 for the first time. I'm in bed staring at the ceiling. It's raining outside. It's 2 a.m. I got work at 4 a.m. Not much has changed. I can't sleep. I hate my job. Not much has changed. I don't want this to be my life until I'm old. I want to be a YouTuber. I want to make vids about things I'm passionate about. Anime, video games, hip hop. I don't know how I'll get there, but I will. I wrote that in 2019, and today I want to discuss why I was having these thoughts after beating a video game. Because a lot of games make you stay up till 2 a.m. when you got work at 4 a.m., but not a lot of games make you start questioning your existence and wanting to just better your life. But that's exactly what this game did. Much like Berserk and a lot of other art I've experienced, Dark Souls changed my life. Today, to celebrate as of right now hitting over 60,000 subscribers, we're not doing the long-awaited betrayal arc of my life. Instead, I want to talk about Dark Souls 1 in the same way I talked about Berserk changing my life. This isn't me dissecting or reviewing Dark Souls 1, it's more of a personal love letter to it. And plus, much like how you can't be a guy who makes videos about anime on the internet without making the obligatory Cowboy Bebop video, you can't be a guy who talks about video games on the internet without making the obligatory Dark Souls video. I remember the very first time I experienced Dark Souls 1, and it probably was very different than how a lot of other people might have experienced it. I didn't play Demon Souls on the PS3, I didn't play Dark Souls on the PS3 or the PC, I played Dark Souls Remastered on the Switch with a lot of Joy-Con drift. Shout out Nintendo, quality products always. And it was all because of my best buddy, Michael, aka Bubba. He came to me with his ancient primordial wisdom, gracing me with words so holy, so profound that I stopped drinking, I stopped smoking, I tore down all my waifu posters, I stopped beating my meat. They changed my life. He said,
"Bro, just play Dark Souls."
He only told me a few things about the game ahead of time. 1, that it's hard, but it's fair. 2, to try not to look things up, otherwise you're a little bitch. The blind experience is the best experience. And he even told me after I beat the game, because the story is, in item descriptions, to watch a YouTuber called Vati Video who will give me all the lore of the game. And when he said that, I was just like, okay, cool. But in my head, I was like, lore for a video game that I have to watch YouTube vids on? Yeah, fucking right, you fucking turbo virgin loser fucking nerd. It was that night that I downloaded the game, I started playing it, and I fell in love. I stayed up all night playing. I watched every lore video. When I wasn't playing, I was thinking about playing and how soon I could get back to playing. I would literally be at work thinking like, okay, so when I get back home, I'll talk to that one merchant guy and I'll buy a bunch of like fire bombs off of him. Then I'll go back to that lake area and I'll just chuck a bunch of fire bombs at the fucking Hydra. Suddenly, all my friends, family, girlfriend, loved ones started Thanos snap vanishing, and all that was left was Dark Souls. I couldn't have been happier. It honestly revamped all my passion for video games. It reminded me why I love this medium so much. It was crazy to me that I always knew about this series. It was always right there, but I never touched it. It was almost like you were there at my side all along. But why? Well, there's a lot of reasons. And you have heard all of them from countless videos across the internet. For starters, the difficulty. I don't know if you know this, it's a wee bit of a secret. Don't tell nobody, okay? Dark Souls it's kind of hard. It's harder than the Pain Olympics, harder than any ASAP Rocky fit, harder than me in a classroom when the teacher decides just now to call me up to present to the class. It'll kick your ass, eat it, and lick it clean, and it won't even stay to cuddle. No, but in all seriousness, Dark Souls and difficulty are kind of just united together at this point. And there's millions of videos talking about it, so it's kind of pointless for me to elaborate any further on it. So definitely expect a video on it in the future. It's got lore, countless item descriptions that you'll sometimes read while waiting for the loading screen and learn new words from, like, my ass, ma. Then later just watch Vati or any other Souls lore person that's smarter than you and they'll tell you the entire story. Dark Souls deserves a lot of recognition just for how much story and gameplay integration there really is. The lore adds so much to these games and will always fucking impress me. To the point where you care so much for this giant wolf with a sword in its mouth because of a story you learned about her and her old master. To the point where you can't finish her off because you can't see the buttons anymore because your eyes are so filled with tears because you know the story now. And all of that was done without a single line of dialogue. The atmosphere. You might even make a whole video about it if you're that big of a loser. It's no surprise that this was the first game ever to make me search up things like ambient noise or, you know, ASMR type shit because of a video game. But even though all these things individually are great, what they exist to me for, at least, is to prop up the world of Dark Souls 1. We're talking about Lordran, baby. A big reason why I play games is immersion, and usually what immerses me the most is the worlds these games take place in. Every aspect of Dark Souls that's great only adds to its world and makes it more real and believable so that you feel that much more connected to your character and to the world itself. The difficulty, for example. If the presentation of a game or the NPCs or the item descriptions are saying, hey, this place kind of sucks, this world is terrible, it's full of monsters, it's oppressive, then I think the gameplay should match that. Because not only will that make me, when I'm traversing this world, even more scared, take this pretty much pitch black area with nothing but giant skeletons and skeleton dogs that breathe like this. That alone is already terrifying. My pants are soiled. They're done. But now let's just say when you go fight that skeleton dog, he's easy as fuck. Not even a trouble for you. That juxtaposition of enemy presentation and enemy gameplay could ruin the immersion for somebody. Which is why in reality, those skeleton dogs, well, good luck. Oh, is Blighttown like really hard and really tough to get through and just loves to poison you? Yeah, no shit. Everybody in the game tells you that. The story tells you that. Why wouldn't it be that way? That's what makes the more dark and terrifying places of this world feel that much more terrifying, feel that much more dangerous when you play it. And then when you make a world not only a terrible place full of dangers and troubles in story, and the gameplay makes the eventual nut of hearing this, that much more sweet. Huh? So many games have these hub worlds that feel comforting. But this one, these ones, feel that much more comforting, like a oasis in a desert. Much like a lot of horror games, because these worlds felt that much more scary and that much more difficult, it made these hubs feel that much more safe. It made it so when I hear dialogue like this,
goodbye then, be safe friend, don't you dare go hollow.
That shit stays in my head and my heart forever, man. Like, you don't know how much those words mean to me. You can't have a world and bosses and enemies that are said to be oppressive and scary and difficult and not have the gameplay match that. At least for me. Which also connects to the lore. The reason I can get so immersed in this world is because FromSoft made almost every bit of gameplay make sense with the lore of the game. You have healing because lore. You have respawning because lore. This dude is right here Because lore, which makes it so when you know these things and you're experiencing the world, it makes it that much more rich. So now, you aren't just trying to fight a giant lava monster, but it kinda sucks, so you look up a video and now you're making him chase you and then whacking him off a cliff. No, now you're fighting someone's son, who was born alongside many other demons. His birth was corrupted, which is why he looks like this, and he has constant lava-infused sores. Lava-infused sore. His sisters made him a ring to help him with this, but he dropped it accidentally because he's a big old klutz. But now, because of that, he is in constant pain, which is why he has this expression on his face. He's going through it. Because of the lore, you aren't just going through a city full of water and ghosts. No, at one point the city was not full of water. It was just a regular city full of people, and then the city got flooded, and that's why now you have ghosts. Let's not forget the atmosphere. This is what makes every location in Lordran feel distinct and have its own personality. Ash Lake is the entire underneath of the world. It's got giant world trees, fucking flying hydras and weird ass clam monsters. But without this music, this atmosphere, you wouldn't feel the ethereal awe of this place. Oh man, it gives me that feeling like I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't know this place exists. Got those eerie whispers of Duke's archive. The constant clinking of Andre's hammer as you sit at the undead parish bonfire. Those weird buzzing sounds in Darkroot Garden. The pitch black void emptiness of the abyss. The constant sound of the swinging axes in Sen's fortress. I am literally obsessed with this random ass bridge section connecting the undead parish and Sen's fortress. It is supposed to be just a bridge to get you from one place to another. But because this world both feels and plays so dangerously, I just stay here in this little sliver of a safe haven, just enjoying the ambience of the little birds and the air, just taking in this moment. Atmosphere is what creates the sound, the feel, and the texture of Lordran. Do I even have to talk about the world design? This is still something that I think DS1 has over not just Souls games, but really any game. I love Metroidvanias, and this is basically a 3D Metroidvania map, but just like crumpled up. The shortcuts not only feel amazing in a level design perspective, but also a, oh thank fucking god I was cursed, broken weapon, no Estus, balls untwisted perspective. The difficulty of going through Blighttown for the first time and constantly dying to that fucking elevator. And you truly feel stuck. One, because the atmosphere here is so oppressive, but also you can't warp from bonfire to bonfire. You can't just skip your way to Firelink Shrine and feel safe. No, you gotta climb, bitch. All of that adds to the big reveal of the world design, when you find out that Blighttown links all the way back to Firelink. When you go up that elevator and you hear that music, that is the most comforting moment ever. Unless, of course, you didn't kick this Simp Lord off the edge, then it's probably the most frustrating and saddening feeling you're ever gonna feel. And it's funny because FromSoft continues to still do this whole like a character betraying you kind of thing, but it never hit as hard as here because of the world design in DS1 added to the feeling of it. I will never forget the moment this game hooked me. Going all the way from Firelink to the Skellies, getting my ass cheeks pulverized, then turning back, going through Undead Burg, through the bridge with the fire-breathing dragon, through the church, then finding this elevator, and realizing that it is a shortcut going all the way back to Firelink. I want you to understand the impact of this, not through gameplay, that's obvious, but like personally. This was not a real-life moment, it was a video game. But I remember it like it was real. All of these things, the difficulty, the lore, the atmosphere, the level design, add to making the DS1 World of Lordran more believable and more real and immersive. Which takes me to the one thing that links all of these aspects and parts of this world, this bonfire. The literal Japanese cover of this game perfectly encapsulates what this game means to me. In no other Souls game did I just sit at these bonfires as long as I did in DS1. Just watching other players' ghosts come and go, because this felt like home. Because the first half of the game did not allow you to warp, finding these bonfires through the amazing level design felt that much more rewarding. Because of the difficulty and oppressing nature of the gameplay, but also the atmosphere making you feel scared everywhere you go, and the NPCs filling you in on lore of Lordran and how terrible it is, it makes it feel that much more safe and secure when you find a bonfire. I felt ultimate real-life comfort from a gameplay mechanic. Because that's why I love video games. In reality, they're just a bunch of numbers and beep boops programmed together by a team to work a certain way. But they can make you feel like portals to different worlds or dimensions that you get to experience. That for some reason, a box in your living room or your bedroom or your bathroom if you're really fucking cool, or your car if this was Pimp My Ride, let you have access to these worlds. Much like the Taya777 channel being this safe little corner of the internet where people could gather and rest at, that inspiring my channel's branding and atmosphere. These bonfires also inspired that vibe. I wanted my channel to be this bonfire that someone could just rest at when things aren't going that great. Great art, for reasons I still don't understand, has this ability to, after you experience it, inspire you to want to be better, to want to improve your life, or also to make your own art and start questioning yourself and your place in the world. While I was experiencing Dark Souls 1, my first Souls game, I was also for the first time ever reading Berserk. I know, it was fucking amazing. I was experiencing both these life-changing things all at the same time. My channel has a lot of influences, but the three main things that made me even want to start a channel: Berserk and its bonfire dream scene, making me realize that I too do not have a purpose. 2, existential dread. And 3, Dark Souls. Because after I beat it, all I wanted to do was tell people about it. In fact, a lot of this script is just stuff I wrote down while playing it for the first time, because I had to put it down because I didn't want to forget these thoughts that I had while playing this game. And I had so much fun just writing these feelings down that it made me realize I can make videos about just talking about things I'm passionate about without all these things connected together. The difficulty, the lore, the world design, this bonfire. I might have just been stuck in a state of knowing I wanted more out of life, but never moving forward with what that more was supposed to be. But because of it, I knew I wanted more. I knew what I wanted. It was there for me in a time when I felt purposeless and stuck, and helped me realize what that purpose was and helped me move forward. And now, instead of writing in my notepad contemplating at 2 a.m. when I got work at 4 a.m. about how I want to do YouTube, I'm actually here making that content on a day that I was supposed to work, but I took the day off so I could record this. And for all you out there who might feel stuck and not sure what to do with your life and just kind of questioning your existence, I want to tell you something that someone from Lordran told me. Be safe, friend. Don't you dare go hollow. I just want to say how surreal it feels to say thank you for getting me over 60,000 subscribers. Everything I wanted this channel to be and to be seen as is happening. And that is just insane. I can't even process it. It's like, for once, the universe, who usually hates you and never holds back, has for once decided to say thank you for working so hard and trying. But I don't believe in that whole universe mumbo jumbo stuff, because it's not the universe that's thanking me, it's all of you and your amazing comments that I just love reading and responding to a little too much. And it honestly pains me to say that I am sorry that I can't get to all your comments like the way I wish I could. There's just too many now because of this channel's immense growth. But please don't let that ever stop you from writing a comment, because I am forever grateful to those comments. They mean the world to me, and I love y'all, and you know what I'm gonna say next. Thank you so much for coming to this little pit stop on the corner. No, as we always do, we reached the new sub goal. It's time to leave this forest and move on to probably another forest. I think we found ourselves a new pit stop for now, at least till we reach our new sub goal of 100,000 subscribers. Never thought I'd be saying that. If you like what I do, you can always leave me a like and a subscribe. I'd always appreciate that. And without further ado, thank you so much for coming to this new little pit stop on the corner of the internet. Peace.